we have a question from Philip. I love it today because we've got a lot of very straightforward questions. Philip asks, can you guys weigh in on what your current favorite router is? Most of my connections are wired, but I do need wireless, obviously. I'm looking for a Wi-Fi 6 and something that can provide the best throughput as I have a 1 gig up down connection. Philip.
So, this is always everything I say about routers comes with an asterisk because I'm crazy and I test things all the time and nothing is static in my house except some things are. So I think what Philip is asking for is what combined router Wi-Fi access point thing. I mean, that today's definition of router includes not just the gateway that does the routing, but also the Wi-Fi. In my house, that's not what I have. I kind of do. I have a Unified Cloud Gateway Pro, Max, that is my router. And that's its only job. It doesn't have any Wi-Fi built in. It's just the router. I do have some unified Wi-Fi units. And it's surprisingly for stuff that appears to be like, and is super pro enterprise gear, the prices on these things are inexpensive. Like when Wi-Fi 7 first came out, Unified was the least expensive way to get Wi-Fi 7 in your house, which just astounds me because it's enterprise grade gear and all that stuff. But it's just how it was. And that still remains fairly true. But I also generally, as many of you would know, I use Eero Pro 7 in my house. And what I do is I turn off the routing mode. So I put it in bridge mode. So it's not a router, but it certainly could be. It's fully capable and very, very functional as a router. The Eero Pro 7, and I'll price 3-packs here just to kind of give the general gist of things, but you might only need a 2-pack for your house. In my house proper, I have a 2-pack. And then I have one on either side of the house, and it works great for coverage inside the house. I do have an outdoor unit so that I have coverage on our patio because our house is our basement's like a Faraday cage, and so Wi-Fi doesn't really get out. But otherwise, if that wasn't the case, I don't think I'd need. If I just strategically placed it in the house, it would get the patio too. If it weren't for all the rebar in the wall. And then I use a third one across the driveway in the office. So that's where I'm using a 3-pack. A 3-pack of Eero Pro 7 as of this week is $6.99 on Amazon, which is way down from where it used to be. It was $14.99 or something. So that's a great place to start. Right now, though, my house is not running on Eero. I mean, it is, but the primary driver that I've been testing is the TP-Link Wi-Fi 7 Deco. I'm running the BE67, which is the same as the BE68. Just depends on whether you get it at Amazon or Best Buy. And a 3-pack of that on Amazon right now is $100 less than a 3-pack of Eero Pro 7. So that's $5.99. If you don't need all the streams, if you only need 6 streams of Wi-Fi instead of 8 streams of Wi-Fi, TP-Link's BE63 is $419 for a 3-pack. And candidly, that would probably do you just fine. So, yes, I know you asked about Wi-Fi 6. I would highly recommend Wi-Fi 7 now that you can get it for prices that are, in the sub $500 range for a 3-pack. And again, you might only need a 2-pack, which saves you, generally a third, maybe slightly less than a third if there's a package discount or something. But I highly recommend Wi-Fi 7. Not only are your new devices going to be Wi-Fi 7, but the backhaul between them gets to use Wi-Fi 7 and do all of one of the big benefits of Wi-Fi 7 is that your client devices can use all of the bands simultaneously. Prior to that, it was choosing a band, and Wi-Fi 6E added the 6 gigahertz band, which opens things up, and I realize I'm oversimplifying things, but that was great. But being able to use 2.4, 5, and 6 simultaneously gives you more bandwidth and more reliability all at once. And that's pretty cool. Again, your device has to support Wi-Fi 7 to do that. So, but there is that. So that's my piece. But that's not everything. What are you running these days, Adam?
I'm still using my Netgear. Why am I blanking on the name of Orbi? Wi-Fi 6.
Okay.
Wi-Fi 6. Yeah, I have a 7, a set of 7s, but the 7 generation, I think that I found out that I can't get extra extenders for. I got to go to the next version. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to fix that for you, huh?
Well,
okay.
I mean, you provided me the 7s, but I've only got 2 base stations, and I can't use my current ones. They're not backwards compatible.
Got it.
I can't buy additional ones for that generation of 7 for some reason. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Okay.
That's the dilemma with. I don't know if that's just a dilemma with Orbi Netgear specifically. I haven't done enough research into it, but I did look because I just need one more unit to cover this. Like the office and stuff like. I mean, I could cover part, but I want to have a certain number of units so that I'm covering my whole house.
Of course.
So, and the 6s have worked fine for me for years and years and years. I mean, as you know, that's the one thing I'll say about these Orbis is the setup was super simple. The app works great. It's really been for me a set it and kind of forget it kind of thing, which I appreciate. I don't mess around with it at all. And there's maybe one time we had the issue, and then it was just repositioning, the line of sight of where I had my.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, because I have a window here that's kind of pointed at my
daughter's
room, and I had a base station. I had a base
Yeah.
station in my daughter's room, and then this was kind of lined up with it. But then she moved out, and we rearranged some things, and that base station was no longer there. And then suddenly I was having issues, and I went, oh. And so I moved it from that window to that window, which now points at the base station in the living room. So it was more direct line of sight, and that solved it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might need like the Orbi. I'm looking online now at what's available from Orbi. And
that's
do you
the
know
newer style?
Yeah, you need the 770s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we should have you test these things. So, we'll reach out to our friends at Orbi. They're at Netgear and talk about that, because it's like the problem you have. It seems solvable and should be solvable. So yeah, but the Orbi, the 3-pack that I found on Amazon just now while we're talking is currently $599. They say the list price is $619, but you know how those things go.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I mean, that's down from where it used to be. I think I paid
way down
$800 for my original 3-unit
the Wi-Fi 6
setup.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is coming. It's there. I love seeing them. I would love to see a 3-pack below $500, which of course with TP-Link you can get, but seeing it below $600, like it's there. Like this is good. That's good. And all of these, the Orbi, the TP-Link, the Eero, they work great as routers. I know I mentioned I'm not using it that way. That's just because I'm a nerd. And I like this stuff and I like to tinker. But you can tinker with all of these too, just in different ways. So
yeah. I mean, if you really want to mess with it, I mean, it's got all the features you want. I'm the type of person, like, I don't want to mess with it too much.
Right.
I mean, about the only thing I set up was my, IP reservations, which I just like for my own convenience. But, it can all be done, but you don't even have to do that,
Yeah.
It's just like.
Right. Yeah, you can set it and forget it. That's right. Yeah.
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 And I think a lot of people, that's what they want. They just want something they can plug in and go and, configure in a couple minutes, and then you're up and running.
I will say, I know that with both Eero and TP-Link, you can mix and match. I've never had an issue mixing and matching, 6E units, 6 units, and 7 units, and even first-gen, Wi-Fi 5 units. I mean, if you put a Wi-Fi 5 unit in a network that has Wi-Fi 6E, your Wi-Fi 5 unit is only ever going to talk Wi-Fi 5. The other ones will talk 6E, but if your device associates with the Wi-Fi 5 unit, guess what? Obviously, it doesn't magically get a hardware upgrade just because it associated with a network, So, But if you want it for like that extra range in the basement or something, it will, with at least with TP-Link and Eero. I'm surprised that Orbi, actually no, I'm not surprised. Orbi has always been very engineered to be very specifically tuned to work with it, with that model of itself, which is what you're seeing. Yeah. But that's part of why you get that like uber long range connection across your driveway, right? Like that's the trade-off there. And for you, it's 100% the right trade-off to make. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No complaints.
All right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Cool.